He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Bain, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Hey, hello everyone, it's Don Bain, the Gadget Professor, coming to you live from the showroom floor, and I do mean the showroom floor. We are actually in the corner of a booth with the folks from Marshall Electronics, and this place is really jamming up. It's exactly 20 to 11 here, Tuesday, day 2 of NAB, and as I said, our booth is right on the showroom floor. We have a small mini studio that the folks from Marshall supplied us, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. It's quite interesting, the microphone setups and the switchers that they're using. We'll do a close-up of that in a few minutes, but now we are very fortunate to have the folks from Broadcast Picks here, and I have to say my friend Lee Griffin, because I've interviewed him for I think this might be the third or fourth year in a row.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, and I always enjoy having Broadcast Picks back because they always have really unique developments, and they keep right up on the technology, and I think Lee might have an announcement of something new that's been integrated into Broadcast Picks. Maybe, I don't know. I think he might talk a little bit about that.
Well, yeah, that's probably why we're here.
Yeah,
so
okay.
Let's talk about good stuff.
All right, Lee, thank you so much for being on the show, and let's tell us what's new with Broadcast Picks.
This show really, Don, has been a redevelopment and a reintroduction of Broadcast Picks into the market.
Right.
Broadcast Picks was really at the forefront of an integrated production environment, 10 years ago. And, we had all these unique features in the broadcast environment. What happened? People caught up. You have other, companies who are doing integrated production environments.
Absolutely.
And this year is the biggest change in our company's history.
This is going to be exciting.
Yeah, and we have released the biggest range of new products in the entire history of the company.
Really?
And the first thing that we talk about is that people are talking about, and Don, I'm sure you know, everyone's talking about IP. Everybody's talking about workflow management.
Yes.
Everybody's talking about cloud. And
That's true.
What we're saying is that we're gonna take video, audio, and data, and we're going to create all those as a beautiful marriage. And from that marriage, what we created is this new product called BPNet.
Okay.
And BPNet is an IP workflow ecosystem to deliver content to your switcher, receive content from your switcher, back up content from your switcher from anywhere in the world. So how does that actually, manifest itself into day-to-day working? So let's say we're in Las Vegas here, and we have new content that's being created in New York.
Right.
How do we get that content now? Well, all we got to do is log on to our BPNet service, and that's linked to every switcher in the world, every BP Broadcast Pick switcher in the world. And I can see my switcher, and I can deliver the content into the correct folder, the correct folder structure for immediate play out.
Truly an enterprise solution.
From anywhere in the world. And not only that, it's got full transcoding capabilities. So what does that mean? Well, I can give you ABC Intra, I can give you DNX HD, I can give you ProRes. I can actually throw any file format. This is the Swiss Army knife of transcoding. So we can deliver any file format, and we can guarantee that's going to play out immediately.
That's huge.
Not only that, we can deliver graphics, we can deliver stills. And other things as well is that with the BPNet service, for example, we're in Las Vegas here. You jump on a plane and you go to Boston. You don't have your switcher there. All you got to do is log on to your BPNet service and connect your switcher to there, and we'll pull back all your graphics, all your clips, even all your camera positions will all be called back. You don't even.
So all your program files are there in front of you.
Yeah. And we have it actually here. So if I show you, basically, this is part of the BPNet service here. And if we look at here, I'll just move that up from the system here, is that on this side here is we have all our incoming feeds, and these could be iPhone, iPad, something coming from an
So
Avid
the whole
central
directory
storage.
is right there in front of you.
Exactly. But the good thing about it is it's got two-step verification for everybody. So you
Nice.
know.
So there's built-in security and verification
and it's
there,
also built into your Active Directory of your network.
Nice.
So as a network, they just actually use their existing Active Directory, log in, they'll see all their folder structures.
That's wonderful.
And then I'll just move across here, and if we see these buttons here, we can't really see it there, but you can actually see all the systems that are online. So if you see,
Oh, yes, I see it now,
So
yes.
these are the systems over on the over
Wow,
across there.
right.
So I can grab content and put it on that system, and it will automatically deliver.
Now is it drag and drop or
Drag and drop. Yeah.
Really?
Drag and drop. So we can deliver any content to any
Wow.
system anywhere in the world.
That's impressive.
Now, this BPNet service will be available to every broadcast PIC switcher, but will also be retrospectively installed on every switcher that we've really shipped up to 4 or 5 years.
That's very, very impressive.
So
wow.
one of the interesting things is that people, you know, we're constantly developing, we're constantly updating, but in order to get a massive service like this, you've got to buy a new system. Well, we're not saying that. You know, we're offering this BPNet service to everybody, you know, existing customers. So everybody will get their own login, their own details, their own cloud
Wow.
storage.
And there's no upgrade fee?
They've got to be on a support contract.
Okay, well,
So
you would want to be on that anyway.
Yeah. So with the support contract, they'll get the BPNet service for free.
Wow, that's outstanding.
We've also we use our own service, but also we've got backup to Amazon Web Services every evening. You can back up all your content, all your media assets, all your important documents up here as well. So it's a full disaster recovery as well for a network. That you've got full. So, for example, if a system went down, all you got to do is log onto your BPNet, and you're back in business within 5 or 10 minutes.
Just that alone, I mean, I just can't imagine losing all your files for whatever reason. It's
and they're important data. It's important.
Oh my God.
It's your asset.
The hours of work to get, to acquire those assets, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah. So this is a big solution for us. We even have QS, so we've got quality control. So we can check for loudness on the audio. We can check for error blocking. We can check for all these type of issues. So we can guarantee a delivery of the correct file.
So do you do a sync balance between the upload and what's
yeah. So what we
like
have
a checksum so that it
yeah.
Okay.
So we also have then UDP uploads.
Okay.
So obviously quicker uploads, transcoding in the cloud, and then delivering it directly to the system. So this BPNet service will be available to all systems, and not only that, BPNet will be available to other systems.
Really?
So they don't even have to have a broadcast PIC switcher. They can actually purchase the BPNet service and connect it to other third-party switches.
That's a brilliant plan. It really is.
Yeah, so what we're saying is that, walking around the floor, everyone's talking about IP, Aspen, SMPTE 2022, NDI. Yeah, we've got all those. So we've actually
You
announced
have the infrastructure, now you're basically opening it up to anybody who
Yeah.
has a system.
Yeah.
And that's a smart move.
So even at the show here, we're showing NDI, control. So what we're saying is that the delivery of the file is quite important, but the control of that file, the metadata associated to those files are so more important as well. And we've got that marriage of control.
You've
video,
brought
and
a
data.
whole new
It's an ecosystem.
functionality
Yeah.
to the operating system,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. So that's one thing we've just launched. The other things we've launched is our Granite system, which is our premium enterprise production switcher.
Okay.
And what we've launched is Granite SFP. So what that means is that Granite will now be able to take in fiber modules. And those modules, these SFP modules, can be anything. So that could be a fiber input. So if you were linking stadiums to stadiums, or remotely, you want to control it, there's a fiber connection there, which will have Aspen or SMPTE 2022-6. You can have, HDSDI on it. You can even have HDMI on it. So what we're saying is that the Granite switcher now will become modular. You can choose what inputs you want. We're not saying that, SDI is what your format.
Right.
You can say, I want 10 SDIs, I want 2 fibers, I want 1 HDMI. You can mix and match what you can.
functionality, versatility, I mean, it's all there. The
Yep.
fact that you're going, allowing cross-platform operation, so if someone has another brand of software or production box, they can now partake in the BP net,
Yep.
which is awesome.
So we're also launching some other things at the show, and one thing is our new show called BP Command. And for example, what we're doing here, what happens when you need to do professional, reliable video for corporates or meetings, but you don't actually have an operator? How do you do that? Well, we're launching our service, which is called BP Command. And BP Command will customize the user interface as a service from Broadcast Pigs
I am loving it.
to end users. So end users don't have to have any experience whatsoever to produce a professional solution. So, if we
So
look at this
essentially,
here-
I can go on the net and produce my show.
Yes.
And I don't need a physical box here.
No, you can connect up here, and this is, for example, a sample layout for the government structure, where you can load in their photos of where they're sitting. They will automatically change the camera position, so I can click on John.
So these
or
are
Paul or-
basically pre-formatted templates or live sets, if you will, that
or
you're going
designs. Our services, we will provide them. So
Okay.
when you purchase the BP Command service, we will actually build you a template based on what you need.
Ah,
So, for example, this is for a government one. So you can press your graphic on, click on that person, will turn. You can have all your agenda
so
linked into XML
let me get this
data.
straight. You're going to customize the virtual set based on the consumer, the customer's desires, their needs.
Exactly.
Now, is it one set? Is it two sets? How does that work?
The BP Command service can be customized to whatever the person wants. So,
So
for
can I have
example,
a variety of sets, a
You can.
variety of flavors?
yeah, you can ask us to change or customize anything you want, and we will build it for you.
Okay, how long does that take? How much does it cost? What, do you think this is going to be an easy interview?
Well, it really depends on how complex you get, and generally we're talking about the BP Command service will include 2 days service of
Okay.
us configuring to your heart's content.
Okay.
Which we believe is enough to get someone through. We're looking at $4,900 for the BP Command service at the moment, and that will include your service.
That's extremely reasonable.
And so for legislative, for government, for corporate,
Right.
you know, it's really powerful. We have more. Do you want us to go on? Or
I would like to hear more. What about in terms of, let's see, last year we did, we talked
roadie.
about the roadie last
That's right.
year.
That's right. So the roadie has had an upgrade. It's had a facelift.
Okay.
And what we've launched is some new products about the Flint and the roadie. Is we've
Right.
added NDI support. Okay, so
I got to tell you, NDI has been, I don't think I've had an interview today that hasn't mentioned NDI. It's really revolutionized the industry. It's amazing in such a short period of time.
yeah, and what we see is that people want a flavor of NDI. Do they want the entire workflow to be IP? Probably not, but they want a flavor of that. And what we're saying is that we're going to take the marriage of multi-definition SDI video and NDI together. So for example, we're launching Flint IP at the show. And what Flint IP can be is 4 NDI sources and 4 multi-definition SDI sources. So you can mix and match that and take, again, our Broadcast Pick secret sauce to marriage those systems together. We're also then, there's 2 different variations. Then we're launching the Flint IP LX, which will basically be 4 NDI inputs and 1 SDI input. So if you've got a local camera to the system, you can do that. We're also launching support for RTSP streams.
Right.
So for example, you've got a JVC camcorder which is giving out an RTSP stream. You can take that directly in as an input system.
And what's the cost of the roadie now?
We're looking at $12,995 for the roadie, and not only that, we're retrospectively fitting roadies, Flint systems with NDI support.
Nice.
So again, what we're doing is we're giving the customers, you know, the tools they need, and we're not asking them for a massive chassis upgrade. It's a software upgrade, and we'll give them NDI support straight away.
It's very impressive, and particularly the amount of new product, the amount of engineering ingenuity that you've injected into the whole product line is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest revolution of our product line in 10 years.
It really is. It's like a whole new company
Yeah,
almost.
I would probably agree with you.
Yeah, no, really, it
Yeah,
is. It's
yeah.
You just keep going and going and going with
Yes,
all kinds
yes.
of new improvements
Yeah,
and
it's
innovations.
good.
Very impressive.
Thank you, Don.
Very impressive. Well, thank you so much, Lee, for stopping by. It's always a pleasure.
It is. It's always a pleasure. I always enjoy my time
Well,
here.
I'm glad, and you're always welcome. And you know what? I'm so impressed. Maybe you'll come back and do a whole Gadget Professor show for me.
Absolutely. I can straight.
We'll Skype you in, and maybe we'll try some of your new functionality out, and we'll give the listening audience here an actual demo of how powerful this product is.
You know what we could also do? We could also do the remote production from Ireland.
That would be really cool.
So we could actually have you coming in as an NDI source, and we'll do the production in Ireland.
I always wanted to go to Ireland, even if it's virtually.
Well, it's green, so you'd enjoy it. If you like rain, green, and golf, you're in a good place.
I don't like golf, but I do live in Arizona.
Okay, well, you could do it.
But I definitely like the rain, and we don't get too much of that in Arizona, really.
Well,
so.
you can have some of ours.
I'll take it. Yeah. Lee, again, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure.
You too. Thank you.
This is Don Bain, the Gadget Professor, coming to you live. Believe me, we're on the showroom floor at NAB 2016. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Bain, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.